So apparently, some people think you should be able to vote from the minute you're born. Let's see how that plays out, shall we? Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, the inmates of the lunatic asylum have definitely taken over. The world is in such a mad world, and we've got a new one here, which is just. I'm going to play it here. This is obviously off a weird podcast called "How to Win an Election," and we're just gonna play this, and we're gonna just chime in when we need to. So, in any case, let's get going.
Lots of people are stupid and lots of people are old and lots of people are lazy. We actually don't hand out votes on the basis of how clever you are or any kind of test of intellectual capability. Why should we not give a vote to people under 18?
Right, that's the bit she said. Right, this is going to be the, under 18. Okay, why should we give the vote to under 18s? Now, I'm going to let this woman explain it to you. I mean, we all know, but we'll just let her carry on, and let's just enjoy listening to this wonderful lady.
I'm just going to say something that you probably will all think I'm joking, but I'm deadly serious, which is that I think people should get votes from birth. I think.
Well, there you go. So, as soon as you're born, you should have the right to vote. You can't speak, you can't write, you can't read. In fact, you can just barely do the basics. And apparently, due to this woman, you should get a right to vote. But in any case, let's carry on.
I think there is no good reason to disenfranchise the under 18s at all.
Well, except for the fact that they don't know their gender. They don't know what pronouns to call themselves by. They don't know what sexuality they are. They don't know who they're going to shag and what they're going to shag or whether they are going to shag. In fact, they don't know what they're doing from 1 minute to the next. But no, please, let's give them the vote. And then all that will happen is every party will just pander to them. Yeah, okay. Also, just out of curiosity, the way things are going, there won't be as many young people as you think. But in any case, let's carry on. Starting off well, perfect pause.
And I would be happy for parents to hold that vote in proxy until their child is, say, 10.
So what she's saying is, for me, I would have the ability to cast not just my vote, but because I had 7 children, 7 other votes. So I could vote 8 times in an election. Until they're 10, because, of course, when they hit 10, they know exactly what politics is all about. Yeah, what they're actually wondering is, at the moment, what's the thing they're into now? I don't know, what Pokemon to collect or whatever. Okay, let's carry on.
But the fundamental reality is that...
Just to influence the agenda, you mean? So that we're voting in the interest of young people as well as older people.
There's about 11 million people who can't vote because they're under 18. And
yeah, that's because they haven't got the brain power to do so. I mean, not saying that many adults have got the brain power to comprehend or do so, but... So what she's saying is there's 11 million votes under the age of 18 where they'll vote for whoever tells them promises them a free PlayStation game for every vote.
And that skews what the democratic system represents. The democratic system is literally only capable of representing the views of the over 18s and the views of the over 18s about young people.
Yeah, because until they're 18, they're our responsibility. So it's our job to look after them. So before she goes in, but as always, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't watched this. I've not understood. I'm just going with what she's coming up. But so what she's saying is, therefore, if you're giving them the power under the age of 18 to vote, because no one's responsible for them because they're responsible for themselves from birth, then they don't have to do anything they don't want to do. Sometimes people really don't think things through. But in any case, this is good. Let's carry on. We've got still a minute or so left of this.
And actually, I think that a radical suggestion that anyone who is a citizen of this country should be entitled to be represented in the kind of the demographic balance of where the votes lie would be transformative. And sure, some people would vote just the way their parents voted, and lots of people just vote the way their wife votes or the way their husband votes, and lots of people are stupid, and lots of people are old, and lots of people are lazy.
You see, lots of people are stupid, lots of people are old, lots of people are lazy. So any excuse. Anyhow, carry on.
We actually don't hand out votes on the basis of how clever you are or any kind of
Well, that's perfectly acceptable. No, we don't need to take any intellectual test.
test of intellectual capability. Why should we not give a vote to people under 18?
The problem with your proposal is there's one thing that whole group of people would share in common, and it isn't, intelligence or insight, but they're all dependents. So you would be shifting the electoral maths heavily away from taxpayers and working people towards dependents.
That is a very good point. Please carry on, sir. At least one of you seems to have some sort of brain.
And
so are pensioners.
Yes, that's true. I'm just saying.
You see, you can't say so are pensioners, because pensioners have paid in all their life and worked hard for this country. So that doesn't bear out, does it, stupid woman?
You'd be adding to that issue. And I think that's a problem. Because I think that that people do vote for their interests, and if you overweight the electorate so that it consists of large numbers of people determining the tax and benefit system, most of whom are beneficiaries rather than taxpayers,
that's a very good point.
You could easily go bankrupt quite quickly.
So there you go. So at least one of them had a brain. At least one of them said. But the thing is, under the eyes of the law, until they're 18, you are responsible for your children. I mean, I know that a lot of parents nowadays don't seem to be responsible for them at all. Let's be honest. With the amount of toe rags that are running around in the world at the moment, a lot of parents aren't responsible. And that is one of the other reasons why we have some of the issues that we have in this country at the moment, because parents don't care. And to quote the great Denzel Washington, the problem is where the fathers, where the dads. Yeah, there's a lot of single-parent families, but without guidance. But to turn around and say her idea was, if as soon as you're born you're given the right to vote, is ridiculous. And what that guy was saying was absolutely right. If you give a vote to 11 million teenage kids, who now with their vote can decide how everybody else, who works, which they don't because they're still dependent, you would actually destroy the country in seconds, because they would just vote for, as I said, if they turned around and said, well, if you vote for Labour, we'll give you a free Xbox. We'll give you a free Xbox Gold membership or Ultimate membership or a PlayStation Ultimate membership for the year. You can have that. And for as long as we're in power, we'll keep giving you that. They'll go, okay. And they wouldn't expect or want any explanation of anything else. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there are some very intelligent children. There are. But the reason they can't vote is because they're dependent. They're dependent. Until they get to 18, they're dependent on their parents. So you shouldn't give the vote to people who aren't dependent. That guy was absolutely right. It would ruin everything. But it just shows you that this is the kind of thought process some of these institutionalised idiots are coming up with. Now, the left always want to give the vote to the young because the young are easily swayed. And I've just given you one example. I'll tell you what, we'll give you free chocolate for a month, every month, for as long as we're in power. Or just tell you what, you don't have to pay for anything until you're 21. Anything, just promise them anything. Yeah, you don't have to explain anything else. I mean, you could say, I'll give you that free PlayStation, but what I'm also going to tell you is, I'm going to take your grandparents off and put them in prison. They don't care. They weren't interested as long as you just pander. And that's the problem. We are living in a world, we just pander to things. We pander to people. We pander to ideals. Doesn't work, does it? And that is where we have so many issues, because we're too busy pandering. Any case, let's bring this one to a close. The comment section is down below. I am, as with always now, very interested to hear your opinions. No one's right, no one's wrong. And genuinely, I am very interested in hearing what you lot out there think, whether you agree, whether you disagree, what you think, what you don't. Just get it out there. Let's have these conversations. Let's get them out. Now, remember that if people are putting opinions in the comment section, feel free to disagree. That's absolutely fine. But respect the fact that they put their opinion out there. Respect the fact that they have that opinion, and don't get stupid. Okay? I think we're getting beyond the point now where we've got to stop being stupid against each other. We have to listen. Okay? But as soon as people start getting stupid, now, if somebody just want to listen, you just, okay, we'll agree to disagree. But I genuinely want to hear, and I want to see, and I'm sure other people do, everybody's thought processes on this. It's very important that we start having conversations. Really do think we'll have conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Whenever you catch up with this video, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you.